This camera, Omni, is the closest one to me. And this jacket is so fucking tight. Mind you, I told you I used to be able to zip this shit up. So that's an indicator to you how much weight I've gained. I slept wrong like 2 days ago, and my shoulder blade is still bothering me. So what you can do when you have any kind of like aches or pains is you could just get like a crystal ball and just roll on it. That's what I was like on the floor. I was doing it on my bed. So now you see I have this blazer on. This is the tailor-made fucking blazer. So it's got my name on it. On the inside somewhere. Yeah, it's on the inside. I can barely move in this thing. But I just want you to know that I have nice shit that I just never wear, obviously. This is another thing that my mom has said to me. She's called me a homeless prostitute. Now, I've never prostituted myself, but you know, like Chinese people are like really super conservative. And, you know, I told you my mom is just a fucking asshole. It's like she chooses to be an asshole to me, and it's like, well, why do I choose to give her my time? I mean, what would you do if this was the case with your family? It's a hard decision, you know? Like I told you I already blocked her on one of my phones. And the thing is, like, whenever I'm around, like, I like to have all my shit with me. I'm a Marine, like, we just have all our shit with us all the time, because you never know what the fuck is gonna happen. You never know when shit's gonna hit the fan, right? Now, I like this jacket, but the sleeves are too long. I'm probably gonna keep it anyway. I don't know. Like I would have to take the time and energy to, and of course I don't have the patience, but I would have to like fix the sleeves. I think I shrunk it, which is why the inner liner is just like coming out. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So when I have my humongous bag of, usually I have a humongous backpack, right? Because the thing is, I usually like to have my dolls with me, right? Like, if I'm going to the casino, I'm usually gonna, like, probably stay in the room with my mom. Because, like, I told you, everybody in my family is a gambleaholic. And, like, for me, literally just going to Atlantic City and spending time with my family, my mom, I know, okay, I guess this is like super personal, but I'm gonna explain why I went and moved to a place that I don't even fucking like. Like, I hate New Jersey, okay? I fucking hate it. I hate New York. I hate Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Like, I hate the tri-state area. I hate the East Coast. I hate, right? starting starting the day with negativity again and more complaining. Tell me something I don't already know. I'm aware. And I'm definitely like allergic to incense, which is probably why you see me blowing my nose a lot, because I always have incense going on. And FYI, if you didn't know, like most of that shit is toxic. I didn't know that. It says like causes infertility. So yeah, I think maybe people just don't read the label on things that they buy. But yeah. So I like having all my shit with me, which is why my mom calls me homeless. I mean, aside from the fact that after I sold my house, I was technically homeless. I mean, if you don't have a place to call home, then you're technically homeless, right? But, you can say that about, like, probably half of the American population at this point. Because, like, the price of everything is just skyrocketing, and, like, motherfuckers are, like, living out of their cars. The situation in America and, throughout the world is quite dire, I think. Anyway, so yeah, she doesn't like when I have all my shit with me. And like I said, I've never prostituted myself, but because I was doing the PE stuff, telling people to grow it bigger and whatever, like, and then of course, like all the crazy shit that I did, the golden shower stuff. Like, obviously that's like super frowned upon, and my mom is ashamed of me. Anyway, going back to, because I know I jump around a lot. I'm aware of it. And going back to what I was saying before about, like, why would I go live in a place that I don't even fucking like? Like, because I told you, I was trying to be a good daughter and spending time with my fucking mother. Have you guys heard of that book? I'm Glad My Mom Died. I read that book. For those of you who have a toxic mom or parents, I recommend reading that book. I'm Glad My Mom Died. That's the name of the book. It's a yellow book cover, and like it's like a actress, and she's holding, like, that's what she was in real life, and she was holding like an urn, basically, on the cover. And I could really relate, like, you know, obviously, if I had a lovey-dovey, loving, super happy, positive relationship with my mom, then you would probably see me making content with my mom. But that's not the case. Uh, so yeah, she, like like I said, she just is a mean bully. And here's another thing. I've talked to she's technically a psychologist, but I'm just going to say like therapist, because look, psychologist. That's 4 syllables. Therapist. So really, I should just call her Jill, which is like 1 syllable. You see, that's why I told you I like to shorten things. Like, if a female who's older than me has a really super long name, then I'll just call her mom. Because mom is 1 syllable. Like, every single thing about what I do is saving space, energy, time, money. And that's the reason why I like to explain, like, every single detail about the bullshit I have to deal with when I'm, like, uploading videos, right? Like, I gotta put in the title, even coming up with the title. So, like, the difference between YouTube and fucking Rumble is YouTube, I don't have to actually put in a title. It just automatically will put in the day's date, right? So, I mean, I guess if I didn't want people to know what date it was, then I would put in a different title. But for the most part, nowadays, or presently, I just put Diva for this one, Genius for that camera, and then Quantum for that one, and then Omni for this one. So each device has its own corresponding name. But yeah, so instead of calling my psychologist, I'm just gonna, and therapist, just gonna call her Jill, because that's 1 fucking syllable. That's not her name. But I'm just, like, everybody that I talk about, you have to understand, I use stage names for everybody. But, like, let's just say if I was to talk about, like, I don't know, now this video is getting too long, see, so I really need to, like, stop the Genius and the Diva, because, like, these are the 2 that give me a hard time. So I'm gonna stop these 2. I mean, I can go longer on these 2 devices and the kitty phone, but that one is charging right now. And, well, you can't see the way I'm sitting right now, but, like, I know you can see up my dress. But I don't care, obviously. Anyway, yeah, so my mom, oh yeah, my Jill, my therapist, was saying that probably subconsciously I am drawn to or attracted to psychopaths because my mom is a psychopath, and I'm just like, that's interesting. I mean, I have studied psychology, and I'm aware, like Freud, I'm aware of all these things that stem from your childhood. Everything stems from your childhood, right? So I didn't have, obviously, I didn't have the best childhood. My dad neglected me, but I told you I have a better relationship with my dad than I have with my mom. My mom is just a toxic, narcissistic psychopath. She's definitely a liar, an actor, and I told you, like, the way we spend time together is we'll just, like, be in the casino, like, she'll play slots, but sometimes she doesn't want me there, like, because she knows I don't like gambling. And she wants her privacy when she's gambling. But then, like, there's just been times where I'll just sit with her at the fucking slot machine for, like, an hour or whatever. Or I'll just be on my phone, or I'll, like, play along with her, help her press the button. To me, it's like I want a life outside of the fucking casino, right? Like, that's how I feel. Look, you see, I'm I'm talking in front of the camera, but like I know I need to spend time with my spirits, and that's another thing that's like stressing me out. Is knowing that, even though I still technically have a lot of time left, like you see I explained to you I have so much shit that I need to do. Like for example, today I don't need to do anything. I could just stay in bed if I wanted to today. But I have shit that I want to do because I already told you I sent 2 boxes to my mom yesterday. And the thing is that she just likes to be difficult. If there was a word to describe my mom, it will just be that, difficult. She just wants to be difficult. So I know that by the time she gets the boxes, she'll probably be like, don't send any more stuff. Or she'll just be like, oh, you're wasting your money. Anyway. Or she'll just be like, oh, I'm going to throw it in the trash. Like, she'll say stuff like that just to be, like, an asshole, really. I mean, it's not funny. Like, imagine if your mom said these things to you. That you look like... So, that's the thing. If I dress too much like a bum, then she'll call me, like, homeless. And then if I'm dressed too nice and fancy, like, if I'm wearing this dress and heels or whatever, like, if I look like I'm all done up, right? Then she'll call me a prostitute. So it's like, so which one is it, Mom? Am I a homeless person or am I a prostitute? Or a homeless prostitute? Like, like, obviously everybody knows, like, who the fuck I am. They know that, I'm the only Marine in my family. And I'm educated. But clearly I did things that they do not approve of. So therefore, like, and it's not even, like, only my family. When I went back to visit some of my old friends back in Chinatown in New York, like, when I told them what I did, they completely rejected me. And I was just like, wow. I mean, because these are the people who were like, I guess they saw themselves as like my older brother when I was growing up. So they were always very protective of me, and really the people that I was kind of close to, they sheltered me. So I had to learn things the hard way on my own, and I don't think that's the best way of going about learning, like, how to conquer life, because, like, even when I signed up for the Marines, like, my recruiters, I know that, like, looking back, now I know that they were trying to warn me, like, what I was getting myself into, but at the time, I didn't see myself as a woman joining the Marine Corps, joining a boys club, but it is what it is. And here's the thing, like, I'm just gonna say SH for sexual harassment. SH is everywhere, right? You can't really escape it. But if you're a female joining the military, it's just gonna fucking happen. Like, it's the culture. Like, it's pretty much like a Shark Tank, kind of similar to working at a strip club, but a little bit different, obviously. Shark Tank meaning it's just like, if you're a female in the military, all eyes are on you, whether you like it or not, because you're outnumbered. You're a minority, and the guys are not gonna see you as an equal. They're gonna see you as something they can put their fucking. They're gonna see you as a hole they can put it in. That's really it. Like, I remember the first time I was in the Chow Hall in Okinawa, and the first time I stepped on deck, everybody just like time just stood still. They just stopped what they were doing, and everybody was just staring at me. Because, like, it was like, a shock to them, because I was in Okinawa and most of the staff, the kitchen staff, like in the cafeteria, everybody working there was Japanese. So, like, to them, it was like weird because I looked like I was Japanese, but I was wearing a Marine uniform. And speaking of being in the Marines, there was this other time where, this is one of the things that really annoys me when you're in the Marine Corps. Like, every single thing about your life is dictated by rules and regulations, right? Including, like, when you're on liberty, For example, you have to, like, check in and check out, sign in and sign out, like with a Liberty Buddy or whatever. But, like, one time when it was raining, it's against the orders. So that's the reason why, like, I was corrected. And that's the reason why, because I was corrected so much that I just decided, like, okay, you know what? I'm going to just, like, get my shit together, and I don't want to be corrected anymore. So, anyway, I had my camouflage uniform on, the camis. I think it was the woodlands. So they have the woodlands, and the woodlands are the green ones, and then the desert one is the tan one. And I had the woodlands one on. It was like nighttime, and it was pouring rain. And I had an umbrella with me, and this motherfucker, it was a female Marine. She stopped her car just to tell me to fucking put my umbrella away because it's against the order. You're only allowed to use an umbrella when you're wearing a dress uniform. And I don't know, maybe the rules might have changed, but yeah, so I was just walking the rest of the way home in the rain, even though I had an umbrella, because it's against the order, the Marine Corps order, to have an umbrella or use an umbrella when you're wearing your camouflage uniform. I mean, the rules might have changed. I don't know. It's been a while, so. Anyway, this video is getting way too long. Obviously, I don't have a hard time, like, talking. I like talking. It's just that, between my devices, I need to make sure that it's not going to give me a hard time to upload the actual video. So, like, with Genius and Diva, like, for whatever reason, I always have a hard time uploading those videos from those two devices whenever the file is too big.